If you bleed silver and black, I want you to go ahead and like the video right now. Coming up here on today's show, we're going to get into a Raiders Report mailbag. A friendly reminder that this was videotaped on Tuesday, so please, if anything changes, don't shoot the messenger. Let's go to the first super chat coming in here from Alex Sandoval. Edwards not only has Renfrow, but now has Adams to learn how to separate from defenders. Personally, I've watched Edwards play in college. I couldn't really figure out why he was unable to separate. I think he's a good athlete. I liked his route running ability. I don't know if it was just a weird offensive scheme, if he didn't like what Greg Olsen was doing in certain situations. But Bryan Edwards to me was a really good receiver when he first came out of South Carolina. I know he has potential. I know he's really athletic. I've seen reports, and I've heard Raiders players who I personally know talk about him, and they were being straight up with me like, Bryan's a hell of a player. I know he can do it. But sometimes it's the mental game as well. Bryan needs to go ahead and take that next step now, being in year 3. Let's go to XCon. What up, my man? Appreciate you watching the show. Shout out to the nation, David Zahn. They saying Honey Badger just signed in the chat. Not true. If Honey Badger signs, believe me, we'll go ahead, we'll break it down. But at this current moment, he has not signed. XCon, if we don't get cornerback in free agency, who would be the best pick in the draft? Personally, the cornerback that I like, that I think makes the most sense in the 3rd round, would be Kobe Bryant from Cincinnati. I know he was playing next to a Sauce Gardner, which makes me a little bit nervous because Sauce is legit, but I was also really impressed from what I saw from Kobe up against the Alabama Crimson Tide in the national, not championship game, but in the national playoffs or whatever. I liked what I saw. He can get it done. So 3rd round corner that's actually there, Kobe Bryant's going to go ahead and be my answer. Let's go to Sam On. Do not trade Waller. I don't want the Raiders to trade Waller. Nobody should want the Raiders to trade Waller. Yes, getting a 1st-round pick would be great. I will take Darren Waller over every 1st-round pick we have had probably since Colton Miller. I mean, it's the fact. I get it. 1st-round picks in Vegas. Ooh, that's fun. They don't always work. Darren Waller is one of the best tight ends in the league, and if he wants a pay raise, then go ahead and pay that man, because as far as I'm concerned, the more talent you put around Derek Carr, the better you make him look, the better that you can make Raider fans look then, and you're going to be more happy. I can guarantee you that. Because trying to cover Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, and Hunter Renfrow, good luck, defensive coordinators. That's an absolute nightmare. Now, to make sure you guys never miss anything, and if you love the Raiders, this is the place for you. I bleed silver and black. I think every show that I do, I put my heart out there. I think when you got people watching like Sam On, who's dedicated, he's already made me take 5 shots of Fireball. Guess what? I love what I do around here, and I am very dedicated to make sure that it doesn't matter if it's in May, June, or July, you're going to get a video every day. Plus, we're an interactive YouTube channel, so Shane, Sam, Cameron Sproul, David Zahn, I see you guys always watching. And if you want a shout out on a future show, I want you to turn on those notifications, click that bell underneath the video, and try to be one of the very first people to comment. Untouchable Raider, he was 4 for 4 this past week. Aaron Sosa, Jaime, William, Adrian, somebody take down Untouchable Raider. Let's go to Ray75. Ray, should the Raiders consider signing Colin Kaepernick? No. And there's multiple reasons. One, Colin hasn't played in multiple years. The last time Kaepernick played, he really wasn't all that good. Kaepernick, if you're going to go out and try to find a quarterback like him at 34 years old, I'd rather you just go out and get Cam Newton, and I don't even want that. Kaepernick's not going to fit the offense that the Raiders are going to run, and I want a drama-free season. Whether Kaepernick's going to try to bring the drama or not, that's where the concentration's going to be, and that's not what I want around this football team. So Colin Kaepernick of the Raiders, no, it shouldn't happen. However, I wouldn't be doing my job as a host here at the Raiders Report if I didn't ask y'all, because your opinion matters a lot to me. In fact, it matters a lot more than what y'all think. I make a lot more shows around y'all's opinion with the YouTube community polls that I do, or me seeing in the chat. I see it a lot. But if you think the Raiders should go out and sign Colin Kaepernick, type S for sign. However, I'm going to go ahead and type my P for pass. We got Hambone Guy VS. Okay, Julio Jones would look good in silver and black, just saying. Have you ever seen anyone not look good in silver and black? I hate Trent Brown. I think Antonio Brown is a piece of shit. They looked good in a Raiders jersey. Why? The Raiders have the best uniforms in the National Football League. Would Julio look good in silver and black? Yes. Does getting Julio Jones make a lot of sense for the Raiders? Probably not. Though, if he'd be willing to take a 1-year cheap prove-it deal, super heavily incentivized, then I'll think about it a little bit more. But I could also take that money, and I could invest it in the offensive line. I could invest it in the defensive tackle room. I could invest it at safety, cornerback. Bryan Edwards is a great 4th option. Demarcus Robinson is a great 5th option. Julio Jones would make this offense unbelievably entertaining. However, it is not a major need, and I would rather the Raiders save that money. Let's go to a super chat coming in here from Javier. Would you trade Waller, Jacobs, and Mullen for Detroit first, a second-round pick? Would you get it if this could happen? Thanks, Mitch. So you're saying we get the Detroit's first-round pick, so their second-round pick. Their first-round pick and their second-round pick. See, their first-round pick's number 2 overall, but then they also have another first-round pick at 32. If you're saying I get number 2 and 32 for Trayvon Mullen, Darren Waller, and Jacobs, personally, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I still think the Detroit Lions don't do this trade, and I think they would want more. So would I do it? Yes, I would end up making that deal. However, I also don't know if it really helps out either team because the Lions don't need a tight end. The Lions do need a corner, and they do need a running back, but they have other top needs on top of that. So this trade doesn't really work out for either team, and I want the Raiders to keep those 3 players because those 3 players make the Raiders better right now. Now, here's something that, speaking of the draft, we got brand new draft hats, and whether you're somebody who's looking for a snapback, a fitted cap, a flat bill, a rounded bill, we got Raiders draft hats available at chatsports.com/RaidersDraft. That link is going to be available for y'all in the comments, and it's going to be in the description of today's video. So we got 2 different styles of hats available. These will go very quickly if you're somebody who likes to collect hats, if you're somebody who likes to own all the brand new Raiders memorabilia. Believe me, I feel that, man. Go to chatsports.com/RaidersDraft. Let's go to the super chat coming in from my guy Shane Gamble. If a miracle happens and Trevor Penning or Chris Olave fall to the second round, should the Raiders trade their 2023 first-round pick and get back into the 2022 second round? Yes. If Chris Olave and if Trevor Penning fall to the second and the Raiders believe, okay, we can move our first-round pick in 2023 and try to come up into the second and get one of those players, I would say yes. And the only reason why I say that is because I want the Raiders to try to win right now. Trevor Penning is the top right tackle out there. Chris Olave, I think, would fit this offense better than any other wide receiver. You're trying to build as much as humanly possible around Derek Carr and put him in the best position to win. Those 2 players, I say yes. Let's go to Sam on. Take a shot with you, bro. I already took one, Sam. I did it, for those of you that aren't watching this live, I already took a shot, but Sam, you've been the MVP of today's show, so you want another one today. And at the end of today's live show, I'm going to take another one for you. Let's go to Cameron. I want Carson Strong. If he isn't taken by 86, do we pull the trigger? Personally, I see Carson Strong going before that, the quarterback out of Nevada. He has the strongest arm in this year's draft. And if I was Brian Daboll, who just got a new head coaching gig with the New York Giants, I didn't draft Daniel Jones. That would be the quarterback I would go out and get. And if I was Carson Strong, that would be the team that I would want to go to because of everything that they did with the New York Giants, or everything that they did with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Carson Strong at 86, it's a good player, good talent, but the Raiders are going to draft guys that are going to help them win right away. You don't want to get into a situation like Green Bay did drafting Jordan Love. Now nobody wants him because you found out, well, Jordan Love stinks. Let's go to Dan R310. Which Raider free agent pickup do you think will surprise us? Surprise the nation? Deron Harmon. Also, Jayon Brown. If Jayon Brown can stay healthy, he's one of the better coverage linebackers in the league, and he's really good at covering tight ends, which we know being in this division is a very important thing that you need to be able to go out and do. So I'll say Deron Harmon and Jayon Brown. I think those are going to be the 2 moves that surprise a lot of people because Harmon's a good coverage safety. The ability to have Merrick and Harmon be your deep safeties, which then allows Jonathan Abram to come up in the box. I think you're also going to see a lot more out of Divine Diablo this year. Let's go to Axel from Vancouver. Are you from Vancouver? I don't know. Bonjour. Could Adams, Renfro, and Waller all have over 100 catches. Sam, I want you to make a weigh-in around this one if you could. Could they all have over 100 catches? Yes. However, I would be shocked if it happens, right? I get it. Devontae Adams had, 129 catches or 123 catches last year. Renfrow had 102, and then Waller the year before that had over 100. Derek's always been very good at spreading the love, spreading the ball around, and I don't see all these guys having over 100 catches. I do see Adams still having over 100. I'm going to say Waller's going to be around the 80 mark. I think Renfrow is going to be around the 75 mark. I'd be more worried about red zone efficiency more than catches. But how about this, y'all? Could Adams, Renfrow, and Waller all have over 100 catches this season? 300 combined catches. I mean, that's a lot. And I'm not trying to say that these players aren't talented. But if that happens, that means probably something bad happened to Bryan Edwards, DeMarcus Robinson, Josh Jacobs. It's a lot of catches for three players. I believe the last time that three players on one team had 100 catches was the Denver Broncos offense run by Peyton Manning the year he threw for 5,500, which was Big Dick Decker, Demaryius Thomas, R.I.P., and Wes Welker. Julius Thomas, really? Wow. Julius Thomas, I think you're right. Julius Thomas, Wes Welker, and Demaryius. Crazy. All right, y'all, let's go to Cameron Sproul. Derek Carr's backup. What would it take to get Taysom Hill? Well, the Saints just announced today, Tuesday, that Taysom Hill is playing tight end. Taysom Hill is not a quarterback. You do not want him to be a quarterback. And Taysom Hill wouldn't fit our needs in terms of being a backup quarterback. If you're looking for somebody like a Taysom Hill, you might as well just go get Cam Newton because he's a better Taysom Hill. Julian, are you confident Waller plays this season? Yes. I just don't see Waller being the type of guy that wants to sit out. Now, I get it. His agents might force the Raiders to give him a raise, but I really, truly believe that this Raiders team is going to do right by Waller, who has been a standout guy, who does the right things on and off the field, has really changed his life, and he makes his team better. And I see the most successful Patriots offense of all time. I get it was with Tom Brady and Randy Moss, but the offense that this team is going to run is two tight end sets. Waller is going to be a major, major part of this year's offense. So if he wants a raise, he's going to get it. Let's go to Javier Tello. Anyone jumping out at 86 in the draft? If Abraham Lucas is there, I like him a lot. Tyler Smith, offensive tackle from Tulsa. Darion, the defensive, what'd you say? No, the defensive tackle from Oklahoma. Perrion, what did I say? Darion. Let's say that's Perrion Winfrey, the defensive tackle from Oklahoma, is another guy I like. The two linebackers from Georgia, not Nakobe Dean, but the other two. I think Leo Chenal is another good linebacker from Wisconsin, somebody to keep in mind. And then Kobe Bryant, cornerback from Cincinnati. Those are some players that are jumping out at me. Round 3 at 86. So for all y'all watching right now, March Madness has been popping, and when this video goes out on Sunday, 2 of these teams will have already lost. But you know what? Let me know who you got. Villanova, type Nova, KU for Kansas, UNC for North Carolina, or go down in the comments who's going to win it all. You can go ahead and type Duke. What up, Daniel Keenan? Mitch, any chance you think David Ojabo fall to us in the third because of his injury? From the draft people that I've talked to, they still think that David Ojabo is going to end up going in the second round. So the edge rusher out of Michigan, somebody who I thought could go in the top 15, ended up, was it an Achilles or was it an ACL? It was an Achilles. Yeah, he popped his Achilles at his pro day at Michigan. Unfortunate injury. He's a phenomenal edge rusher, phenomenal player. The team that I see taking a chance on him is the Baltimore Ravens, because Mike McDonald, defensive coordinator for Michigan, now he went over to the Baltimore Ravens, and they like finding those edge rushers. If he falls to round 3, the Raiders should at least be interested. However, I still see the Raiders being a team that wants players that can help them this year. David Ojabo is not going to be able to play this season. So essentially, you're taking your very first pick in the draft on somebody who's not going to be able to play until 2023. Let's go to Gucci Mane, Josh, Social Daniel. Cheers to you, brother. You think we have a chance of getting Honey Badger and Gilmore anymore? Yes. I do. I don't know if it's going to happen now. I don't know if it's going to happen next week. It could happen in 20 minutes from now. That's the thing. Mathieu is going to be a very hard person to be able to wrap your mind around. Stephon Gilmore, they could play a waiting game, and with older players like that, you could see them go after the draft. You could see them even wait until after June 1st. Why? A lot of NFL teams have extra money. Now, we got a lot of questions here on today's show, and I appreciate everyone who hits me up. Remember, I am answering questions now on Locals. So if I missed your question on today's live show, hit me up on Locals at RaidersReport.locals.com. You can DM me there. I've been getting so many messages on Instagram. I want to be able to take more of my time and better my time and give you guys the correct information that you want, instead of trying to run through 300 messages a night. It kills me, man. So please, if you have a question for me, go ahead, become a member over on Locals. It's 100% free. RaidersReport.locals.com.